made an album of all of the posters that we've had so far, and just looking back, and it's a really pretty album. So if you check my Facebook page, you would see all the guests that we've had so far, and we're inching closer and closer to that century. The news this week has been good. Some people ask me, how do you come about your stories? I just kind of keep my ears and my eyes tuned to that frequency of good stuff. And so when I see something, I'm like, okay, that could be featured on my show. And some people do actually reach out and say, hey, I think you should feature this story on the show. And I think I need to be a little more intentional about asking you guys to give me good news. You guys want stuff that's worthy of being reported on the show? Just shoot me a little holler, man. So that this week, I one of the things that actually caught my attention is modern romance, uh, falling in love with AI. A lot of these dating apps do not always result in you meeting your soulmate and somebody that you're deeply compatible with. And there's an app that's now essentially helping this out with the help from artificial intelligence. And so, it says on CNN, this article is Alexandra is a very attentive girlfriend. Watching Cubs tonight, she messages her boyfriend. But when he's too busy to talk, she says, have fun, my hero. Alexandra is not real. She's a customizable AI girlfriend on a dating site, romance.ai. As AI seeps into seemingly every corner of the internet, the world of romance is no refuge. So AI is infiltrating the dating app space, sometimes in the form of fictional partners and sometimes an advisor, trainer, ghostwriter, or matchmaker. So what this app does, I think it's genius. This app actually allows you to talk to a fictional character, a fictional girlfriend, and it learns your mode of communication, what you like, how you speak, and how you feel. And somebody else on the same app is doing the same thing, and they use that metric, that data, to find your match. I think that's genius. As opposed to just filling out your likes and dislikes and all of those things. That's data, but that's not human. And so it's a lot more natural to get your way of communicating and match you with somebody else who wants to be communicated with in that way. Romance.ai, check that out when you get a chance if you're looking for love in all the wrong places. All right, next one. I got a message this week from a friend, and she was like, have you seen what's happening on the All Kind of Things SKN Style page on Facebook? And I said, nope. And she said, check it out. And she sent me a link. And lo and behold, somebody's just within the space of 24 hours has put a business idea out there. And before you know it, it's become a business. How does that happen? Well, this person, her name is Ashanti Walwyn, and she yesterday at 2:24 p.m. she shared her status, and basically she says, so an idea came to me trying to get up on a side hustle. I want to start loosening out and washing hair, basically what hairdressers do, and the price will depend on if your hair is natural, braids, or etc. And you would have to bring your comb and shampoo. And guess what happened? People validated it, especially, I would like to believe this is Camilla Lawrence's page. I think Saucy, what's it called? Saucy Styles. She said, that's a good idea. Call it Loose Ends. Get a nice logo. All you need is great customer service and be willing to go. And guess what? She made a poster for her. She gave her the name of the business. She made, I think she she did something with it. And before you know it, you have something called Loose Ends Hair Service, unraveling beauty one strand at a time. That is genius. Services are taking out braids. And let me tell you something. Taking out braids is not something that's fun. I actually do that for my daughter, and it is arduous. It is not fun at all. when I have to take out braids. So to know that somebody is saying, listen, I will come and take that stress off of you, I say more power, man. More. Oh, my producer is saying they just announced a braids program for females in prison. Yeah, prisoners need to look cute too, right? So so that's that with that. Next piece of good news happens to do with, and I've said this before, it says a new study finds that performing acts of kindness improves mental health symptoms. And it says humans are hardwired to feel good when performing acts of kindness to others, an imperative trait that at any animal that evolves to live and hunt in social groups. Such is a truism that performing random acts of kindness for other people was more effective in reducing symptoms of depression than specifically planning activities for the sake of enjoyment and feeling good. So if you're feeling down, do something for somebody else. It will lift your spirits. I'm telling you, it works. It works for me. I live a life of service, and it has helped me tremendously. And don't do to expect anything in return. Just do because you know you're helping somebody else and you're putting a smile on somebody else. In fact, all of my businesses are premised on doing just that, especially with Stuffy. A lot more to come on what we're doing with Stuffy. All right. Next one is, let's look here. What are we looking at here? Is there really good stuff here? All the good stuff. All right. This is a life goal of mine. Should I ever be fortunate to get a life partner? A New Jersey couple aims to visit every diner in the state. John and Carrie Ricklin set out on a culinary quest in 2015 to eat at every single diner in New Jersey. Right. We have more diners in New Jersey than any other state, John told Today host Al Roker. We just thought it would be cool to drive around the state and sample and eat at every one of them. This is what I want to do. So they've been married for 39 years and determined that there are around 415 diners in New Jersey, and as of early August have been to 212. John owns a dry cleaning, pickup, and delivery service, and Carrie is a nurse. So when their schedules allow them to be together for dinner, it's a treat. And yeah, this is noting that they get a kick out of the old school waitresses who call them hun. Yeah, that sounds like Southern hospitality. Now for Carrie, being able to visit different cities and try diner specialties is an adventure, and she feels like it's a vacation without a suitcase. Yes, I will be doing that one of these days. All right. And the last piece of news before we get started with our guest, because today is a very long show, so I'm not going to go on too long. And my producer is going to be happy to hear this. Toby Amusha has been cleared to compete. It's official. She's been cleared to compete, and she is going to be representing Nigeria at the World Championships. Isn't that a piece of good news? I am very sure. I'm reading the article right here. Where is it? Toby Amusha. Where is it? It essentially says, and I'm going to quote, Toby Amusha has been cleared by the AIU to compete at the World Championships. According to the disciplinary tribunal, she has not committed an anti-doping rule violation of 3 rare-bout failures within a 12-month period. And that's it. That's what they thought she had violated, and she's now cleared her. I don't think she's in 12.10 shape, but you know what? My panelists and my guests and my track nuts in the studio will be able to talk about that further. So we'll take a little break, let them get ready to come on Zoom, which they are, and we'll be talking track in a few minutes. Bye.
Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime, anywhere. Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime, anywhere.
Comprehensive disaster management is about every one of us being ready to manage any natural or man-made event like hurricanes, earthquakes, tsunamis, fires, oil spills, or volcanoes. It's about having your home or business prepared with an emergency plan as applied. It's prevention. Keeping your home, business, or community well maintained and safe. It's about being able to get your life back on track after the event. Will you be ready? Visit nima.kn or log on to Nima SKN on Facebook.
Everybody beware, you better prepare. Disaster can happen anytime, anywhere. Everybody beware.
All right. We're back and we're live. And when I see my guests now, guys, Donnie, if you can hear me, clap once. And Scotty, if you can hear me, clap once. I'm not sure if I could see. Can I see you guys? Anyway, y'all can hear me? I'm listening. Testing. 1 2 1 2 3 4 3 4. My guests, y'all here? I can't hear you. And I can't see you. Make sure your mic is not muted. I'm pretty sure you guys got a lot of practice with that during COVID. All right, I see Donnie. I can see Donnie. Coach, I can't hear you. Is Scotty gone? Where's Scotty? I still can't hear you, D. I still can't hear you. I can't hear you. I'm looking at you, but I can't hear you.
Could you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Okay. We can hear you
Okay.
now. What happened with your mic?
I was using the wrong interface, my bad.
Oh, well, that happens all the time. Well,
Yeah.
Scotty was supposed to be here, but he disappeared. I don't know why, but maybe he'll be back. But until he gets back, we will he's starting his laptop. Oh, Scotty's restarting his laptop. Okay, no problem. Well, we'll get started with you, man. How you doing?
I'm blessed. I can't complain. God has been good. I'm happy to be here with my good friend Enote. So I'm good. We're talking track, so I'm excited.
Yeah, we're distracted.
Yes, we are.
We're gonna be distracted tonight. You're still calling my name wrong, so maybe you just stick to Larry.
Enote.
Oh, lovely. I like that. I heard Dallas is pretty hot these days. Is that true?
I'm in Houston, by the way. I've been living in Houston.
You say Houston, you say potato, I say tomato. I mean, Texas is
It's
Texas.
Yes, it's hot for the last couple of days. Weeks actually, we've been on the 100-degree temperatures Fahrenheit, so it's been pretty hot and dry.
Wow. Have you ever competed in 100-degree weather before?
I don't, you know what? I don't think so. Probably 90s or high 80s, but normally you compete in those temperatures late in the summer, unless you go to a major championship. You're not really competing this late. So no.
Yeah, I think I've done 101 before, but it when you're coming down from Chicago where it's cold and then you go down south for like spring break and all that kind of stuff, then you realize it's like, okay, you're happy for it, and then after a while you're like, okay, no, maybe no. Maybe
Yeah,
no.
I competed in 40-degree weather though. That was
Oh
awful.
my gosh. I ran 11.4 in like 30-degree weather, and somebody beat me, and I'm like, and I was faster than the person. I'm like, you know what, you're used to this kind of stuff. So that's the only time you're gonna catch me running 11.4. My gosh. So what I want my listeners to know, when Scotty comes on board, and Jamsa, you're gonna be a part of this discussion. I want all of us to, first of all, say what makes us a track nut. All right? What makes you a track nut? And we'll go round table style, and we will just want everybody who's listening to know why we matter in this sport. So you take the stage, D.
Why I matter in the sport? That's the question.
What makes you a track nut?
Well, first of all, I think track is the purest sport, and because of its pureness, all other sports are built off of track and field. Whether it's speed, agility, coordination, flexibility, track and field is the foundation for all these sports. And with that type of information at my hand, I'm able to enjoy this sport even more because you know that you're not only building athletes in your sport, but you're also building athletes in a number of sports. And the sport itself is very competitive. It's individual types events, and it's because of this, it's such a fun thing to experience and to watch. That's why I'm a track nut. That's the word you said, nut.
Track nut. You're nuts about track. All right.
Yeah.
Jamster, you are the unassuming track nut in this studio right now. So we need to know what makes you a track nut.
Well, I ran track myself, so when I started, and
I'm not able to
you
hear
know,
them, so.
you can't hear me. Oh, so we're having that same issue we were having last week, where people are on Zoom, they can hear everybody else coming to the board except me. That's weird.
Okay, I will be a translator. He said he ran track.
Can you hear me, Don?
Oh, he did. Okay, that's good.
Okay, so he said he ran track. And okay, it looks like Scotty's coming on board. So
Yeah.
we see something. All right,
Yeah,
Scott.
he is.
All right, Scotty's coming on board. All right, continue, Jamster. I'll be
No, so I was saying, I ran track in high school, and when I started, I was lucky to have a coach.
Can you hear me?
I was
Yeah,
lucky,
we can hear you, Scotty. We can hear you.
I was lucky to have a coach who was
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but my computer seemed to want to have the fool tonight. I don't know why.
It happens to the best of us. We're just discussing what makes us track nuts. So Jam says going, and then after he goes, and then it'll be your turn. So and then we'll get into the nitty and the gritty of our discussion tonight.
Yeah, so I was saying, I was lucky to have a great coach, Stanley Knight. He's cerebral, he's intellectually curious, and
Somebody talking?
I always wanted to be. I really got into it, when I started. I used to buy Runner's World magazine because I was a long distance runner, and then I started getting interested. In fact, at one point, I considered doing sports medicine.
So
in high school,
Jam says saying he had a good coach. He considered doing sports medicine.
At one
Stanley
time,
Knight was his coach, and he ran track.
And it took off
Who
from
was
there.
that?
Jamster, you can't hear him, unfortunately. There's something going on with the sound, so you can't hear what he's saying. But
Understand.
the stream will work, and I think people who are on the stream should be able to hear what he's saying. And if that's not the case, then maybe Jamster might have to come into the studio itself. Jamster, you may have to come into the studio if you want to be heard. And he's looking flustered. All right, let's continue. Scotty, what makes you a track nut? What makes you so what is it about track that makes you that brought you into this space?
Well, before you first of all, I am probably back in high school. This game high school. But I guess started from primary school. My cousin Oliver Hanley, he ran track, and I used to follow him, and he got me involved in the sport when I was in high school, and I just fell in love with it after that. So from primary school up until now, I'm just.
Yeah, your internet connection is a bit spotty.
See if they're hearing me now.
Delwyn said he could hear you. So Delwyn is actually
he can hear me now. Good. Oh,
So-
Delwyn, but Delwyn is not on the Zoom call.
Well, yeah, but Delwyn can hear you. I was making sure that the
Delwyn
listeners can
me,
hear.
but the listener,
The listeners can hear you. Scotty,
Well, yeah, the listeners can
Scotty,
hear
your
me.
internet's a bit skittish, huh? Scottish. It's dropping in and out. Okay. All right. And now he's gone. Maybe he's out. All right. So, Donnie, we're gonna start by going down our form charts. First things first. What is your what was the headline of the year for you when it comes to track? And Coach, I want you to take the stage now. What was the headline of the year for you? Okay, we can't hear you again. So whatever you were doing with the interface, D, change it. We still can't hear you. We can't hear you. Somebody communicate to Donnie. Say we can't hear you because I don't think he can hear me.
Donnie, can you hear me? It doesn't. He's talking.
He's talking, and we can't hear him.
Yeah, we can't hear him.
No, we can't hear him. Somebody message Donnie and say we cannot hear you. Why are we having these tech issues, man? We cannot hear you. I messaged him on Facebook.
Yes, yeah. Trent is saying it has to be something on his end.
Yeah, it was something on his end before. Mm-hmm. Scotty, can you hear us? I can't hear anything.
Okay.
I can't hear anything. What?
Okay, well, let's go ahead in the meantime until...
Well, we still can't hear anything.
Okay, guys, if you can hear, anyone can hear anything, just say something. Yeah, that's the thing. They are saying something.
Do something. We still can't hear.
Yeah.
Let me message Scotty and message and say we can't hear him neither. We cannot hear you.
Wow.
Okay. I don't know what to do. Let's take a wait, hold on. Somebody responded. Scotty says he's changing the laptop. Okay. All right, Donnie, I think you should call in from your phone or something and not a computer and see if that makes a difference. If you can hear me. Okay, yeah, he heard that. All right, let's continue. So between me and you and Jamster, we'll start talking. What was the headline of the year for you?
Well, no, that was pretty recent, like 2 days ago.
What was that?
Elaine Thompson-Herah has announced, it has been announced that she is going to be find a coach. So she's firing her husband as her coach. Oh. And the reason why it is my headline of the year is because this is something that we've all been chattering about in the comments on track site since last year. I mean, this amazing athlete went from running basically, as far as I'm concerned, it's the 100-meter female record, 10.54, right?
Yeah.
And she has fallen so far. It's like falling from the moon to the Badlands, like lofty heights to like, I don't know. So we've been saying this for months. You need to find a coach. I mean, how can you go from sublime track queen to like trashy track queen or trashy track athlete, run-of-the-mill all-around athlete, simply because you're trying to save some money? Let me just explain to the listeners how that works. Now, the track outfit she used to train with in Jamaica, MVP, has probably one of the best coaches in the world, Steve Francis, and his brother Paul Francis. Now, she decided to leave, and her husband is an assistant coach at a high school. And she thought that she could probably save money and let her husband coach her, and that hasn't worked out. Stephen Francis announced about 2 or 3 weeks ago that he was not taking her back, because obviously he was seeing all this chatter over the year,
right,
saying, why don't you take her back? Why this? Why that? And he said he's not going to take her back simply because of her husband.
Wow.
Yeah. You didn't see that? Yeah.
I didn't see that. He said it was because he just said he was a bit mum.
That's what was announced, that he wasn't going to take her back because, and he thought that there was a bit of arrogance on her part, and there was also chatter that she never really gave him his props for getting her to where she was as an athlete, So it's good to hear within the last 2 days that she's going to. Oh, by the way, she's going to be coached by a female coach who used to work at MVP. Was a female coach at MVP.
Yeah, I saw that.
Her name is Chadiki. I forgot her last name. And apparently, this was just announced. So apparently, she's been working with this coach since just around Jamaica trials time.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, they're gonna work until maybe the beginning of the next season, and then she's gonna see where she's at, and maybe she'll decide if she's gonna change or stay with the lady. But this is good to hear, and I also thought it was interesting that they picked her for the. I thought it was interesting that they picked her for the 100-meter pool, relay pool, considering that she was sixth. You know.
Yeah, sixth.
I mean, you can't really ignore her pedigree. Really,
sixth is the pool.
She ran. Yes, that's true. Yeah.
There's
That's
no
true.
surprise
That's
there.
true. Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and she had time to get fit.
She had 11:06. She had she and I think it was Natasha.
That's nothing.
Natasha?
That's nothing.
That's nothing to sneeze at compared to the rest of the world. Actually, I mean, for Jamaica, that's like middling. But
all right. Well, that's good. My headline. I'm going about. I'm going out. Come from left field here. Let's see Tebogo.
Okay.
Running 19.5 and losing. That for me, I think he is the next Bolt in every way possible. I think what he represents is a more fluid and faster version of Wade Van Niekerk. And that's it. I mean, I think that when he tackles the because he ran from running 46.1 to 44.7. Who goes from running 46.1 to 44.7, right? And he's not training for the 400. So can you imagine if and when and his coach says, yeah, he's not ready for that. The man ran 44.7. The man qualified for the 1, 2, and 4.
that's crazy.
Running 19.5. Running 9.9 and 44.7. That is ridiculous.
And he's probably gonna. I wouldn't be surprised if they put him on the 4x4.
Oh man, if he goes on that 4x4, it's trouble. He will run down somebody. He will run 43 low, easily. So that was my headline of the year. Are we getting our guests back, or are they still meddling?
Still meddling. That's a good. I see what you did there.
Pun intended. All right, so great. We got Scotty and we got Donnie. So what was your headline of the year? We just spoke about ours. His was Elaine Thompson, going kind of back to MVP.
No, let's get it. No.
She's not going back.
No,
she's going back-ish.
The lady doesn't work with MVP.
Yes, former, but she's an MVP pedigree.
Yes, MVP pedigree.
And I spoke about Let's See Tobago. So Donnie, what was your headline of the year, track-wise?
Oh my God.
All right. This is one of these situations where we're going to say it's not you, it's me. This is it's not you, it's me situation. We can't hear you, D. And Scotty, can we hear you? Scotty, can you say something?
It's not me.
Okay, we can hear you. We can hear you now. We can hear Donnie. We can hear Donnie. All right, good.
Yeah, you got me?
Yeah, we got you. Yeah, we got you now. So what was the headline of the year?
I was saying, I think the parity in the 100-meter males, I think that's something that caught me off guard. There was no outright front runner throughout the whole year. I think after Fred Curley won last year, everyone was expecting him to dominate this year. Mm-hmm. But from what I'm seeing, the 100-meter male times, they're not really outstanding, and it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen at the World Championships in the male 100, because there's no outright winner. So that's my small headline for now.
I think Fred is going to lose, huh?
I think the same thing also. That's my prediction. When you do reach that point, I think he's not going to win it, in my opinion.
Now, Fred has never really been, I mean, how'd I put it? He's never really caught me as a 100-meter runner. I mean, I think that he can rise to the occasion because he's always had that chip on his shoulder. But that chip is no longer there. He's now the man. You
Yeah,
know,
that's what he thinks also. So
that's what he thinks. But also
yeah.
remember, he's not running in Nike spikes anymore. Eh?
Okay, here we go with the controversy.
He's
With the
not running.
bounce back there.
He's not running in Nike spikes, and that has to count for something, right? To see that he's not running as fast as he was running in Nike. What are you saying?
But let me say on the other side, guys. I don't know if you know that Asics, who he's signed to, that's his sponsor. They found that one of his feet was smaller than the other.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so they designed shoes to, so he has bespoke shoes now. And the Japanese are, they're pretty innovative people. I'm pretty sure they have decent super shoes, super spikes. I know
they are not Nike, but yeah, I think that's a good take. That's a really good take, and I think that brings us right into our form chart and our predictions in the 100 meters, men. We will go down from 1 to 10 in terms of their rankings, from the WA World Athletics site. So number 1 is Fred, and then Zarnel, Akani, Christian, Letsile, Ferdinand, Noah, Oblique, Akeem, and Emmanuel. And Coach was just saying that there is parity, but let me tell you something. Who is your dark horse in this event?
It's 100 meters, man.
Yeah, 100 meters, man. Donnie, who's your dark horse?
Oblique Seville.
Oblique Seville? Why?
Donnie in goal?
He said dark horse, Scotty, so I'm giving him my dark horse, right? It's going to be tough for him to win it, but the reason I'm saying Oblique will be in the mix is I think we ignore the coaching pedigree of Glenn Mills. And I think Glenn Mills has created champions in the past. He hasn't been running extremely fast early, but I think Frano and Glenn Mills, they know to prepare for the championship. But realistically, though, I think the one who could upset it might be Tobago, though. I'm telling you, that he's special. Once he runs to his potential, he gets the right rounds, because with championships, the rounds are important. If you're placed in the right semis, you could sneak through. Scotty will know about that. Once the rounds are correct, he could get through. So I would say Tobago is the most likely upset, but I'm thinking that we cannot write off Oblique as a medal contender.
Scotty, what are you saying?
Honest, it's a hard one to call, I'll be honest with you. Because folks said that he was fluking. I'm not gonna call. That'd be too hard to call, be honest with you. I'm not. So, it all depends again. It all depends on, as I said, rounds, because we're seeing these guys running an event, one race, one off race. That's it. For you to contend with rounds by rounds by rounds. It's half me to pick one right now, honestly.
I'm going with Noah Lyles.
In the 100?
And I'm gonna tell you why. In the USA's, right? You realize that he covered, and let me tell you, there was a 10-meter interval where he covered that in 0.77. I don't even think Bolt has ever dipped below 0.80 for a 10-meter interval. And when I saw him close, I did the math and I said, so he got to 60 meters in 6.6 or thereabout. Right. But he's run 6:51. So he ran 9.9 whatever, 9.9 whatever, and getting to 60 and 6.6. But he's already capable of running 6.5 as he's done indoors before. So I am telling you, anyhow he actually gets that 6.5 in the first 60, and we know he could close like a freight train, he's winning. Because nobody can close.
Larry,
go ahead.
You're asking for the dark horse or the one who you think will actually
He's
win?
a dark horse.
Well, not according to him.
I think by definition, he's
don't
not
think
the
he's a
dark
dark
horse
horse. No.
because he's definitely
Not
in the
him.
conversation
No, he's not. In a lot of conversations, he's not. I'm telling you.
for the 100
not?
meters.
He's not. No, because people write him up because they feel he's just more of a 200-meter guy. So for me, he's a dark horse. And that is from raw data. On his best day, give me a 6:55 and a closing like you normally close at USA's, and you're going 9.6 or 9.7.
I know.
No.
I've come to
No,
know.
yeah.
I've come to know when he's gonna do well in a race. His body language. I know his body language good enough.
By the way, Dale Wayne is chiming in. Yeah, he's coming.
Oh,
in.
okay, sure.
Yeah. So we go.
I've gotten to know when he's gonna just destroy everybody on the field from his body language. And the thing about him, he has this indomitable spirit. I mean, you see the way this guy runs. You see how he runs ankle legs on a relay.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, this guy. You see, you just said this guy's a 200-meter runner, but who did they call on to run the ankle leg for last year's 4x1?
Yeah. Nobody could
Noah
close
Lyles.
nobody could close like Noah.
He's a beast.
So that's my dark horse. But in terms of outright winning, I think this is not easy to call, but more than likely, I think we all can agree that a pure 100-meter runner more than likely is going to take this. Are we in agreement?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what is a pure 100-meter runner though?
A pure 100-meter runner is Ferdinand Omanyala. He can't run a 200.
Good point. And Christian Coleman
And
probably.
Christian Coleman.
Then again, Coleman ran 19 seconds.
Coleman
so-
can run 19, but not Ferdinand, not with that weight. He's a boxer.
Yeah, he's a boxer, bro.
I remember when we was in Colombia with BJ and people asking us why we brought a boxer. They didn't know we brought a boxer to the
Oh,
meet. Oi. Anyway, man. All right, let's go straight to the 200 now. I think this is going to be interesting. I think let's pick the top three. The three who are going to be the foregone conclusion is Noah, but the second and third.
That's not the foregone conclusion.
No, man.
No.
Noah is the foregone
No.
conclusion.
I don't know. It depends on that 100 meters. If he has all those rounds, man, I don't know. I know he's the favorite right now. But what Tebogo did a couple weeks ago is scary to me. I think Tebogo had a lot of confidence after that race when he ran 19.50. And I don't think Aaron Knighton, I don't think he like Noah that much either.
They don't.
Well, they train together, but I don't think it's that they don't like.
No, they don't train together.
They don't train together anymore.
No, Knighton is in Florida by what's his name? The University of Florida coach, and
Is it Brahman?
no, that's with Noah's with Brahman.
No, he's with Brahman. I thought
Yeah.
Knighton was with Brahman. Okay.
Yeah, they're separate. But I think Knighton had forgotten what he did. But Tebogo, I don't know. There's something about that youngster. He got some type of skill that you haven't seen in a while. But Noah legs after all those rounds, I don't know. He's gonna be interested in the 200.
But question, Danny, I didn't chance to really scrutinize the times between the 100 and the 200, the hundreds and 200s. It's the same as last year in what it was last year in the US. And
Running fast.
I know last year the women ran the 1 and 2 right after each other. The next day after the 100 finals.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm looking at the schedule right now. So,
Okay.
so the 100 heats, like where the people who are not very fast, they run on the morning on day 1, and
So that's Saturday.
and then that's the preliminary round, and then the heats are the same day on like at 7:00, 7:43, and
Okay.
then the next day is going to be the semis and the finals.
Semi-finals. Okay.
Right.
The day after that.
And then let
Monday
me tell you when the 200 start. Let me tell you the soonest. The 200s do not come until day 5.
He got time to recoup.
No, I'm gonna be good. No, I'm gonna
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, gentlemen. I think he's the most likely winner. If you had to put money on it, no, he's the most likely winner.
Right.
But I don't think he's the outright winner still. I think he might be more competitive than we think it will be.
But Donnie, you do know that when you have a mental edge on somebody else, that plays a big role. I could tell you the years when my career was ended, was when Antoine whooped me, ran 20.8, right?
Oh my God.
That was the year my career ended. I was the favorite to win, but I wasn't mentally strong, and you know I got phased. I guess there was a lot of wind, and I think I just when somebody has a mental edge on you, there's a big difference. Kevin Arthurton comes to mind, to be honest. That was like my nemesis, and every year I raced Kevin. I was on paper faster than him, but Kevin would just get under my skin and say things to make me question myself. And I could tell you I could be winning in the race, and I'm thinking, okay, this is the year I'm going to actually beat Kevin. And he just somehow found a way to beat me. I've never beaten Kevin in my life.
Listen, the other thing I think, and to your point actually, and the mental game. I think Noah has a mental game down.
Of course, Noah has.
This is why I'm saying. This is why I'm saying I think he might just win the two races. Here's why I said that. I remember when Arian ran that 19.47. Noah went on Twitter and said, I had a date this afternoon. I just called and told her we're gonna have to scratch that date. I'm going back out to train.
Yes, that's what we like.
That's the kind of. I mean, and he meant it. But that's kind of demoralizing for the other people. And then look at Arian. Arian is 19. He's not fully formed mentally or physically. I mean, you saw you guys remember the final last year, where as much as he ran 19.49, and when Noah.
Yeah, Noah got
he started falling apart. You saw he started falling apart form-wise the last 25.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Tebogo is not mentally weak.
No.
Yeah.
Right. He needs to learn to not showboat at the wrong time now.
He's not going to showboat this year. All right, so that's the men's. Let's mosey on over to the women, because this is the form chart.
Okay, tell you straight up. I'm going to tell you straight up. Shelly Ann's going to win the 100 meters.
Shelly Ann, I think Sharika's going to win.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
Sharika is, I saw an interview with her this week, right? And she says she's faster than she was at Jamaica trials.
Yes, she is. I agree. I believe so.
Oh, my God.
She says she's faster than she was at Jamaica trials.
Oh, my God. And listen, you can't take anything those MVP people say. When they say stuff like that, it's not exaggeration.
Coach,
yes,
what are you saying?
I think Shelly has something to prove. That's me. I'm backing Shelly.
I'm backing Shelly.
Yeah.
Coach, what are you saying?
Well, I'm backing Shelly also, but if we start to look, this is going to be another race I think I want to pay special attention to. Because Sharika is doing something that we don't normally see. You still can't not count out the US girl, Sha'Carri.
I have counted her out.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Could I finish my statement at least?
Got you.
I haven't made a prediction. I'm just trying to say who the players are.
Okay.
For the listening audience. Because you still have Mary Jose Talu, who has been beating everybody all year.
She gonna medal.
And you have our solution. My heart has been solution. I would hope she will win, but I don't think that's possible after a long season with collegiate season and stuff like that. She's not. But it'd be good for another small island to bring it through. But I'm with Scotty. My heart is always with Shelly, because Shelly is a 5-time champion. And don't underestimate, as what you said earlier, when people fear champions coming into a race. You might have your A game all day, but when the champion line up next to you, all of a sudden you panic.
Yeah,
So
but a
right,
familiar. That's what I'm saying. Like they love each other. They're like sisters, and there is no animosity. In fact, when they're racing each other, they're even more comfortable. I'm talking about Sharika and Shelly-Ann. Like, so I just feel like when I saw that interview with Sharika this week, I
right.
just saw a level of confidence that and free. She was very free, and what she said was, "I am not thinking about the world record." I said, "Lord, who asked you? Who asked you?" That means she has a chance to go 21-4.
Oh, Sharika?
Yes.
Sharika?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah, we're not doubting
we haven't hit the 200 yet. Oh, my bad. Yeah. But
you've been 100 though.
she's gonna take the 1 and the 2. That's my
That's
guess.
a strong.
And guys, I should tell y'all, right? When Enoite told me to prepare for this, right? I told him, sure, but I'm not going anywhere near the 100-meter female because I told him I'd leave that for you guys because that is so fraught. I mean,
Yeah,
it's a good call to say Sharika, but I mean, Shelly, you can't count Shelly out.
We did that in 2017 with Bolt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were saying the same thing. We can't count out Bolt because it's Bolt. But guess what? He was past his prime. And Shelly-Ann has not shown right this year that she is as hot as she was last year. She doesn't
Well,
have
yeah.
Shelly-Ann has not shown her pocket rocket start. She hasn't shown that separation that she normally has. Like last year, she opened in 10-6. So when
she only ran one race for a year.
she's ran twice, and both she ran 10-8. Okay?
200.
No. She ran 2 100s, and both she ran 10-8 the same way, right?
No, she ran
Delwyn, oh,
Jamaica.
Dele, what's going on? Give us a quick update on what's happening in Hungary. Are you hungry right now?
Hungry? Budapest.
A hungry,
Oh, yes.
Delwyn.
a hungry man is an angry man. We can't hear you too, Deli.
Well, I just admitted him. I don't know what. Let me see.
Okay, when you can hear us, just clap once. So anyway, we are going. So we've understood that Shelly-Ann. Okay, let's go to the 200 girls.
Sharika.
Okay, what's up with Gabby, man?
Gabby running for second.
Okay,
Shredder.
you're correct.
Yeah, I miss Scotty. Is Shakiri running the 200?
It seems as though she is, and I think she's running it just because she wants to prove that she's not gonna back down from anything, and she's on a comeback trail, and she's qualified for that event, and so she's gonna take anything that she can get.
There is something.
Look, Larry, after the 100 meters, you're not going to see Shakiri again.
Why?
I agree.
Why?
Look, after the 100 meters, you're not going to see Shakiri again.
We're gonna see her for the 4x1 after she and Gabby make up.
Yeah, hold on. You ain't sure about that either in the 4x1.
Scotty's right. Because I don't know how they're going to sort out all that drama that they had, you know.
They haven't made fences yet from the big.
Oh, they haven't.
2 weeks ago. Okay?
Yeah, really camp.
The real camp problems they have, you haven't made fences yet.
And the other thing is, I'm really working on my body language skills. Trust me. I've always said, and I've been seeing a lot of commentators say the same thing. Shakiri gets anxious when she's lined up next to the big guns.
Obviously.
I've been saying that
Yep.
for a long time, and I know I'm seeing a lot of people saying it now.
Yep.
So she tends to fall apart take for example, it's going to be interesting to see, and it's going to be interesting to see how she manages the rounds. I mean, I think she did a good job during the championships, USA's, right? But imagine when you're in a race and you have 2 or 3 big guns in it. Say you're in a race, so you have Talu and you have Julian Alfred and you have maybe Sharika or Shelly.
Oh yeah, we didn't call Julian Alfred yet either.
There you go.
No, Modani did. He said he would like her to win, but she's not going to because she's had a long season.
I'm not so convinced about that. I think she's had enough. If you guys realize the SEC conference was slightly earlier this year, I think she had a lot more time to rest this time, because the few times we've seen her, she's been very impressive.
Yeah, but
she had 1 or 2 outings at the Diamond Leagues, and she was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, she was won one race there. I think is in one of those small European countries. So
yeah,
but that's one race. But the rounds is what I'm watching. Although she has had more rest this year because NCAA is a little earlier, the legs still have the races in them.
Has there been any NCAA athlete that killed on this in NCAAs and in a world championship year gone on to actually do just as well as they did? Just historically.
I think Rich got a silver in 2008. I think he was in college at the time.
Okay, but typically the norm
that's Olympics.
The norm is
that's Olympics.
Right. The norm is collegiate people typically fizzle out at these big meets. I mean, Sha'Carri, same thing. She ran 10:72, 2-3 years ago when she was coming out of college, and she didn't make the team.
Yeah, she couldn't make the US team.
Right. Terrence Laird is the next example. He was killing it, didn't make the team. You know, Matthew Bowling ain't make the team. These are champions, you know. So I don't know. I think
the coaches really emphasize on, I could be wrong, but I think they really emphasize on the conference championship, regionals and nationals.
Yeah, you're right. Because case in point, guys, everybody remember Melo?
Melo, of course, remember Melo.
Okay, Melo was killing everybody in at LSU. When it comes to national, we wanted to say Melo was it.
That is true. That is very true.
Yeah, he was one of the party.
Yeah, after that 100 meters, female, when Sha'Carri comes 7,
he said Sha'Carri comes 7. But no, Sha'Carri can come 4.
Okay, let's call the females, right? What's her name? From Africa, the African.
Mary Jose Talou.
Right. Yeah. You got Sharika, you got Shelly.
Dina. Don't forget Dina.
I'm going to call her Dina Asher Smith. I mean, you have 5 ladies here can win. I'm telling you, those ladies are going to have a mental game. You guys have been out there, Danny Delwyn being behind the scenes. When those ladies start on you behind in the car room, they're going to work on mental.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to cycle completely.
It's going to be, it'll be tough. I mean, even as I said, you can't forget that this illusion. I mean, she's been running.
Julia, Alfred.
Yeah, Alfred. But I think Sha'Carri is better prepared. I'm not certain if she's a medalist, but she's better prepared than the year before.
That is true. She's running a lot freer. Let me tell you, she's running a lot freer.
Wait, hold on. Mentally? Because after that, really, I had. You think she's mentally prepared for that?
And we all know she falls apart.
I think if it was a one-off race, but because there's rounds and she'll get through the rounds, that might add to her being confident.
She's a terrible round
going
runner,
into the finals.
She's not a very good round runner. So her confidence builds as she runs the rounds. You ever heard of practice champs?
Yeah, we know about
she don't run the rounds smart. Well, she didn't run them smart.
She didn't run them smart at all. And everybody was saying, "Oh, she's about to run a 10.5." I'm like, guys.
But let me ask y'all a question. Mary Jose Talou, you know, since she moved to John Smith, we've seen some. I mean, she's been even more impressive. She's been running more relaxed.
That's it. True.
Except, you know, she used to have this problem where she'd blast it at the semis, and then fizzle out during the. So it seems as though she has that fixed. So she is gonna be a major danger for everybody. You know?
I'm with Amster with this because, as he said, coaching makes a difference, And John Smith also has a coaching pedigree of champions. And she used to only have one gear. Every year, one gear. 10-7, 10-7, 10. She was the one. But if you look at her, she said, if you're watching body language, she doesn't have the tension in her face anymore.
That's true.
Yes,
exactly. And she's coached by a championship coach. So she has to be somebody in the mix. Which medal I don't know, but she's a threat in my opinion.
By the way, guys, I'm loving this banter. I love this panel, and I think that this should not be the last time we meet this season.
But guys, I told him we should do this next
Danny,
week. What do you guys think?
Larry what we had in mind, so maybe we could continue what we're talking about.
Yeah, we had something specific, like Delhi's already in Hungary, so we want to have something so the listening audience could hear. The same type of conversation with a number of us who are track nuts, as you say, basically discussing the predictions and the race analysis and post-race stuff like that. So that's in the works right now.
By the way, I'm giving you the name for the show, Distractions, okay? Just take it, run with it, okay? Daily distractions. Or distracted.
Mr. President.
With the cane there, right? With the cane there.
I got you.
Yeah.
Distracted.
I got you.
But this is good. I mean, Race Take ain't got nothing on us, man. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could probably do it.
I think we should do it next week again.
They should have Wi-Fi at the stadium, so we probably could. So I could log on or quick, you know what I mean, and I mean do something live from there or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but then when time zones for some of us, because what time is it now?
Oh yeah.
No, we want recaps.
It's 2:00 right now.
Recaps.
Yeah.
Recaps is what we would want. We don't really need live stuff because that's recaps where we just relax in our own comfort, and we can just talk and stuff. So Delwyn, you're the X factor. You're the one who's gonna have to stay up late, and you're not running.
Yeah, I'm good.
You don't want Delwyn to get any sleep.
That's fine. When he's in sync, he sleeps the same time anyway.
Let's do for something Saturday evening, because Saturday evening the 100s will already be ran, which will be just to find the heat, right? We will run on Saturday, so we get this to everybody look based on Saturday.
No,
the thing is that because we are ahead, it'll be easy because that means it'll just be in the morning or something like that.
Right.
Or mid afternoon, because just 6 hours difference.
Right. All right, man. This is really good, man. Let's keep going with our predictions because the show is soon finished. The 400 men. I'm going with Wade on this one for sure. I know Stephen Gardner is.
I'm going with Stephen.
I'm going with Vanika.
I'm going with Wade.
Wait for me.
Okay, but I mean, hey, these any one of these takes is valid because I mean,
Kirani is here.
Kirani is there. He's a number 6 in the world right now.
Yeah,
and Samakonga, I think he got
from
injured.
Zambia. Yeah.
He got He's the only sub 44 runner this year, 43.9.
Okay.
No, Steven ran 47, no?
That is true. But Samakonga runs like a madman, yeah? He just
one gear.
One gear. and he dies at the end of the track.
Guy has a lot of heart.
He dies.
Yeah.
He literally gets carried off on a wheelchair.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He can't move. All right, you know Shani Miller Weibo is running, right?
Yeah. 400.
The 4.
Oh, she's running.
She's running the 4. Just 3 months after having a baby.
That's crazy.
Wow. Well, she's the defending champion, so she qualified.
Yeah, because I know at first
she won before, but
running. But
I don't think she'll be ready for those girls.
If she makes finals, that's
never
a
say
hell of
never.
She has nothing to prove. I think she's just trying to go into the heptathlon after this.
Oh, but by the way, guys, what do you guys think about all these balls at the last minute? Sidney McLaughlin.
Delwyn, you take this because I don't know.
Delwyn, go ahead.
Mr. President.
You're trying to set me up.
You just go. Let's hear your take. Dale's take.
Sidney, Mo, go ahead.
I'll be say that is unfortunate.
Okay.
That because I would have wanted to see Sidney in that 400 meters coming up against.
Delwyn has gone into politician mode. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But I mean, we've seen some dropouts. We've seen some positive tests as well.
Mm-hmm.
The girl, the hurdler from Nigeria, and then the youngster as well.
No. Back up.
let's not just change the subject. We're talking about the U.S. athletes.
Oh, the US, just the US athletes.
Only U.S. athletes alone have.
And Toby's back in, by the way.
Toby, I'm sure is back in. She got cleared.
She is?
Yeah,
You
she
sure?
got cleared. She got cleared.
No, she's not.
I'm telling
No.
you,
No,
I reported this today.
No,
I reported this today. She's back.
Oh, you say no? Okay.
Yeah.
What happened
Okay.
was, what I think happened was, when we had that false alarm. What happened was, I think my theory is that someone on the AIU must have said to someone that we're gonna let her run, but it was unofficial, and the person went and run them out, and then 'cause that's what I told. Anyway,
Yeah.
I said I bet you that they're gonna clear her, but they just want. Notice they came out and said we haven't finalized anything yet. I mean, so I kind of knew, I had a feeling that they were gonna clear her for whatever reason, and they did. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Anyhow, again, you know me. The question asked before these rock out. They'll be political. I want to beat around the bush. I can say it straight up.
beat
I'm
the bush,
suspicious.
not around it. Just beat it.
I'm suspicious because nobody can tell me that you're saying you're saving your legs for Olympic Games when the World Championship is the pinnacle of track and field.
Yeah.
I'm suspicious.
But
Okay.
Scott, you know, here's my take. I don't know if I told you another. My take is that, listen, because of COVID, we basically had everybody running. We had when was the last World Championships?
2 years ago.
Right, and then we had
Last year.
last year,
Last year was-
and then remember we had Olympics, World Championships,
Yeah.
World Championships
Yeah.
to make up for the ones
Yeah.
that were deferred because of COVID.
So you think they're tired?
I think
These
some
people
are
have
just,
barely raced.
Oh, hold on.
They have
Hold
barely
on.
raced.
Yeah, but you can
yeah,
tell
but
normally.
Sydney has barely raced. She's run what 3, 4, 400s for the year.
I mean, yeah, but it can't be. I mean,
She's not tired.
You guys seem to be implying that all these people are. There's something sus about all these people, but I just think that real after them really and truly just decide, let me concentrate the next year and take some time
Why?
off. Well,
But everybody who's running this year ran last year too.
yeah,
Ran
but
league.
that doesn't mean that these people can decide that maybe I don't need to run. Maybe, and then maybe they think that they're in suboptimal condition too, so they're like, okay, next year is an Olympic year, let me just chill and concentrate the next year.
All right. Danny, what do you think on that?
I'm taking from this point of view. Every athlete going into World Championship has some type of injury.
Yep.
That nicks and knacks. This late in the season, every athlete has some pain. So minor injuries for a major championship is the norm. So it's very surprising that people are pulling out of a major championship for, let me say, quote unquote, minor injuries. I think Scotty has a slight point. I don't know if it's the same point, but in terms of, it's the same coach, Bobby Kersey.
Oh,
Yeah, for
Thank
Sydney and
He's
Epping, yeah.
a coach also, eh? So it could be he's playing some type of chess with the World Athletics people. It could be he's trying to get more money for athletes to be seen, because sometimes absence make the heart go further. When you don't see the top athletes, people pay more.
Donnie might have a point because Kersey tends to do a lot of this crap, really. Yeah? I mean, you realize Sydney hardly runs. You realize last year she didn't run Diamond League at all. Like after she won the hurdles last year, she didn't run at all. You know.
Yeah, but remember, both of them are pulling out for different reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know what Mo's reasons
One is
are.
only one he's talking about saving for next year. He never said that about Sid. Sid says she has a minor knee injury. So
there's one X factor still though. He's the coach. There's one coach. You know,
exactly. That's what I was about to say. So
Fair.
he probably. I mean, he probably told them, listen, I think you guys. And listen, Mo got run really close by Keely Hodgkinson. I raced there, and I was like,
there you go.
Yeah, I was like, this looks a little uncomfortable. Normally you
That
don't
is
see.
true.
Yeah, normally you don't see Mo.
Right.
You guys
What
agree,
is that?
right? Yeah. She got really run close, and I think maybe that might have been a wake up call for her, and she probably figured, you know what, I'm probably not in the kind of shape I think I'm in. I'm probably in good enough shape for most things, but
the only person who I could see making that argument is Michael Norman, not she.
well, yeah, that applies to Michael as well. I think he's.
Oh my gosh!
I feel like he's had a lot of frustrations this year because he ran.
That was his choice. That was all his fault.
True.
I mean, that's now we're in the 400. Let's go to the 4 hurdles.
How come you guys didn't mention Rashid McDonald?
In what, the 4?
Well, he's not an individual, but I mean,
because
I just wanted to hear what the
because Rashid McDonald. Remember when he ran that 43.9? I think that was a bit of that was his like year, and he's never kind of returned to that type of form.
He went 44
he ran
this year.
44.3 this 0.03 this season.
44.03. Okay, that's
yeah,
great.
44.08.
Yeah.
But to add to answer Jamster, I think I'm with Garth Gale. That's the president of the JAA's.
Yeah.
You can't set precedents bringing in athletes who did not run in your national finals. I think what they're doing is a good thing. Although he's the third fastest runner, he didn't run the finals of the national championship. Once you start to set the precedent that you pick the best athlete rather than those who are competing, it's going to kill the national championships.
It was. I agree.
That's principle, and I can respect that.
Yeah. Although he's ranked number 3 in the world, I just think the principle is you have to run the finals of the championship. Why she doesn't get any exemption from the governing body. So I think that's his.
No.
But we didn't, and how you didn't touch the 100 meter, the 110 hurdles.
Oh, we're about, okay, let's go to 110 hurdles, the 100 hurdles, and then the 4 hurdles. So the 110 hurdles, the form chart for, I can't say men, it's just because it's just men, but Grant. I think Grant's a foregone conclusion, or you guys think
Who?
Grant Holloway?
Oh.
You think?
man, and you got the Jamaican.
You gotta watch
Broadbell, man.
Broadbell and you gotta keep
God
an eye
Bell
on
and
Titch as
Patch,
well.
man.
And Daniel seems like he's
Yeah, Robert.
yeah, Roberts.
Yeah,
I said Daniel's Roberts. Yeah.
Okay, I think Grant is a championship performer.
But what do you guys think about Titch?
But Tinch is
Just again, I don't.
Tinch is a feel good story this year. And I think he also has a bit of a chip because he was not selected for the Bowerman Awards despite, all the good stuff that he did during the year. So he should be running with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. But Grant is one of those runners that you just don't bet against.
Yeah, I can say the same about Barbell too.
And Patchment.
Well,
Patrick won the Olympics, eh?
Exactly.
Thank you.
okay, you guys have very good arguments. I am not betting against Grant this year.
Okay, the females now.
Females, oh my gosh.
Oh,
That's tough.
Tell me
that's
about
tough.
I mean, Nia,
Nia's on fire.
Broken again.
but also, what's she name? The Puerto Rican, Jasmine.
Jasmine.
I think Jasmine's taking the cake this year.
So you think that little that thing with Toby may have
Toby was not running fast this year.
But
No, she started to get form, started to find form.
Not
Yes.
close to Jasmine.
But Toby, all his seasons always start like that.
But she been getting faster, though. She been
Yes.
getting faster.
She was getting faster, right? But she always starts like that. She always starts off trashy and then it gets better.
Jasmine has been on fire.
And then, what do you guys think about Masai?
Collegiate legs again is. I'm not gonna bet.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I think
But
on my
man,
side,
the US is stacked too. The US team is stacked with those
Oh
hurdlers.
yeah, Lele.
The girl who got the baby, who
Yeah,
got the
Ali.
baby.
Ali,
yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
I think Queen Harrison is in there as well.
Yeah,
No,
Kenny Harrison.
Kenny.
Yeah.
Kenny Harrison.
Oh yeah.
The
And
world-
she,
We're back. Find a medal.
Those girls was running like in 12-2, 12-3. I mean,
I'm telling you.
12-3, 12-4.
I'm telling you. Then there is Megan Tapper. I mean, listen.
Oh yeah, Mega.
Yeah, there's Tapper. I mean, to make finals is gonna be something else.
I'm telling you.
You gotta want to make finals.
right?
Somebody's not gonna finals because of the semis.
The semifinals will be
And
the
remember,
finals.
I think starting at this championship, they're just doing top 4, no fastest loser now.
Really?
What?
Oh, yeah, they changed some rules.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
know
Lord.
Em-
It's 1-4. That's it. And another rule they said that
I didn't know that.
there'll be no empty lanes in the finals.
4-4?
No, but that's not right.
So if somebody feel a little start, the person who was ninth will just take that place. And even if the ninth person, even if, like, say, Bolt, who had the fastest time going into the final, he had lane 4 or 5, and he felt something during the warm up and decided not to run, then the ninth person will get his lane.
His lane, yeah.
So wait, let me get something straight. You're saying the nine fastest times across the rounds?
No, like the semis, let's say.
Semis.
So you mean you could have someone with a faster time who doesn't make the final?
Well,
no, I'm saying that. Yeah.
If you came fifth with a faster time, you're out.
That's crazy.
Right. There's no hoping to see what the other person won in that other heat. You just have to come top 4, and then you're in.
Boy, thank you for this update.
I did not know that.
Thank you because he's there. Like, he's getting this raw from the press.
Oh my God! So these people you're right. The semis are gonna be the final.
The semis will be the finals. I mean, if I was some people, if I'm running good, I'm running my world record in the semis.
Oh my God!
But the semis have always been the more competitive. Sometime, eh?
I mean, that's where Toby ran her.
Toby ran her world record.
A world record, you know.
Nah, she ran it twice. I mean,
she ran it twice.
She could run 12-0.
Yeah, she ran 12-0 in the finals, but it was windy.
No, but she can. Okay. Show of hands of the athletes on the panel right now who have run windy times and still come back to run those same times without wind.
Okay, I did.
Okay, so we all know that having a wind aided time does not disqualify you from running that same said time, right? So I think she was capable of running 12-0 that year. I mean, 12-10 and 12-09 is like 0.01 away. Yeah. All right, let's go to the 4 hurdles now.
Well, the Scandinavian sociopath is gonna win that. So
you think?
Yeah.
I think this is Rye's year, man.
Well, I want Rye to win, but you know that
no,
dude.
Right now, they can't take it of the Brazilian either.
Yeah,
he's getting back. Dos Santos.
Yeah.
Nah, but you see, let me tell you something.
Oh, and Kyron is in very good shape. Let me tell you guys now.
Yeah, Kyron is going to medal, maybe, but he's not going to. No, Kyron. I don't see Kyron beating Allison.
No, but Kyron, trust me, he's in very good shape.
Kyron is the Obadele Thompson. He's the Obadele Thompson of the 4 hurdles.
When he opened the season,
he's the Obadele Thompson of the 4 hurdles. Remember, Obadele always come, or Chris Brown. Sorry, Chris Brown was the fastest 4th finisher in all of these championships, always coming 4th.
You know, I had a wicked thought this week, right? I was thinking, boy, if I got to ask, let's say if I was in Hungary and I got to ask Kyron a question, you know what my question would be?
What?
How many times have the UK asked you to join their team?
Oh.
Because I'm sure they have. You know, British Virgin Islands,
well,
you know?
Delhi's over there. He could ask him for you. Let's check the 4 girls, man. Now that what's her name is not running.
Femke Ball.
Femke's taking it.
Yeah, that's easy for me, man.
She's really smooth, you know. She's deceptively fast.
But you know, the other places could be anyone. Shamir, while she's looking good this year, I mean, everybody's like a second plus off Femke Ball. Dalila Mohammed hasn't really looked herself this year to me, and then she's older. Age isn't on her side. She's like, I think 31 or 32. So I don't know.
Probably.
Huh?
She was born 1990.
She's still 30 fine to me, okay?
Well, she is.
She's 35.
But that can go either way because it could be Shamir, it could be Dalila for the and then there's the Jamaicans. I don't know. Sometimes you don't know what to expect with those two, Genevieve and what's the other? Rochelle. You never know what to expect.
Yeah, the Jamaicans are looking good this year too.
Yeah.
So. All right, we've run out of time. We've gone over time, but this is clearly important. Let's touch on the relays. I know we haven't covered the field events. If there's any particular field event any one of you wants to be covered, we will talk about it now.
I want Jaden Hibbert. We have to keep our eyes on him. He's young. He's precocious. He's young, very young for the kind of
the triple.
Yes. So
He's number 2 in the world now.
Yes, I think Tentoglo what's his name? Zango, the guy from Burkina Faso.
Oh yeah,
those guys are gonna have to watch it this year.
All right. Any other field events or long distance that you guys want to cover? Because this is more of like a sprint
show.
Yes, unapologetically about sprints. I'm sorry. There's a reason why it's called a finish line. You're supposed to finish.
I'll always try and weigh in. I'll always try and weigh in with those that you guys tend to ignore. Like the same ones that Ray tends to ignore too.
That's okay.
You know. Okay, guys. So any of those other field events you guys are keeping an eye on?
I want
or distance
again the shot close.
Oh my gosh, that's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah,
he's crazy with the shot.
Yeah, he's gonna just break that record again.
As well as let me see.
Man breaks record every
medal again.
Yeah,
in the javelin.
And then the pole vault, Mondo.
Yeah,
that's a foregone, right?
Yep, to me, yeah, it is.
And the high jump, we see Javon Harrison is number 2 in the world this year, but Barshim he's taking that.
Yeah, what about the Italian? Is he jumping?
Yeah, Tamberi, he's jumping. So
yeah, he Olympic gold medalist. So
that's true.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, a little off topic, but do you guys know that it seems as though Jacobs is running? You know,
Marcel Jacobs is running.
Yeah.
No, he's not making finals.
What?
Yeah, he's running.
The man has had so much injuries since last year. The same injuries that are related to each other for whatever reason.
You guys, I'm surprised you
he's
guys
not
didn't bring
sharp.
it up.
I just don't. I don't think. I mean, you got to be race ready for these kind of things. You can't just be almost.
But outside of Zanel, who looks ready?
You mean the 100?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's wide open right now. That's my point.
Noah Lyles looks ready.
Curly is
Noah Lyles
not
is
consistent.
The sharpest of all in the 100 right now.
No.
Yes. When I say he's been racing often, eh?
Yeah, but he still did not win his championship, so I don't want to make the assumption he's the most ready.
I say he's the sharpest.
Well,
you said sharpest.
Well, based on history, when he doesn't do as well as he likes, he goes and redoubles his training.
If he wants to run that 1910, he needs to come out the 100. That's right.
But he has 4 days rest, according to y'all.
He has rest. He has time to recover.
You guys keep saying they have rest. The races are still in their legs. I'm telling you, it's a championship.
What? 4 days rest?
No.
Let me rest 1 day.
No, it's a couple days. So day 1 and day 2 is 100s, and then day 3 and 4 there's no 200s. So 200s is on day 5.
Days, okay.
So he has 2 days. 2 days to recover.
2 days rest. Okay.
Let me ask a question, gentlemen. Who was the last person to double in the 100 and the 200?
Bolt.
And what year?
That's 12.
2015.
At Olympics 2016.
And 2016. But also Gatlin doubled.
But the point I'm saying, doubling is not as easy as Noah Lyles think it is. It's very few people double at the major championships. And everybody know Bolt was a freak of nature. And Gatlin also was a very good athlete. So I'm not assuming.
But when these, not to cut you off, coach, but when these guys doubling, these guys used to double and dominate, they had no competition like that.
Yeah, they were jogging, literally.
You have a good point.
Well, no, you got people like Zanel. Look at that 200 meters. You got Tibogo, Zanel, them US boys.
Errington,
the guy from,
and DeGrassi. Don't count out DeGrassi. That is a championship.
Championship
performance.
That's a clutch dude there, yeah, for real.
And Kenny. Oh,
you can't go to
Kenny. We have a lot of people. What you could in that 200-meter finals, you could have the entire field going on the 20 seconds.
Yeah,
you have a good point. You have a very good point.
It's insane.
Been Mr. Lyles, so let's see how he goes.
Yeah, I think. Let me give Delwayne. True story or not, once you've run some fast races like in a championship situation, right? Don't you sometimes feel like your legs are a little bit looser and that you don't have to work as hard to run the next round? Coach,
Well, I
and
know you run fastest when you're not thinking about it.
but what I'm
A lot
saying
of
is
the times,
even though you may feel, because there have been moments when I felt I should have been tired. I remember the year I went to Trinidad to run a little meet, and I kid you not, I ran the semis, and I ran fairly well, and I felt very, very, very tired. And the next day, I felt tired. I felt like my legs were tired, and I kid you not, I still ran like 21 low or 47 low. I can't remember. And I did not have to try. And I felt like, again, that running, it's almost like speed work has made something just open up. And at the end of the day, that's why I said this hundreds for Noah might just end up being speed work for him that opens up his legs. And then he has 2 days to recover. Imagine when you're doing speed. In fact, to be very honest, some of these rounds are easier than training sessions. Remember, when you're training, you're running, you have 10 minutes rest. Oh, she's going to get some licks. You have 10 minutes rest at best, right? And you go and then you come back and you run 150s times 3 and you're still hitting 15s. And then you come back the next day. So I'm saying he has 2 days to rest. I think he's going to be just fine.
That's why, yeah. And I think you guys are a little too apprehensive about the rounds. These people train for rounds. I don't think most people from what I see can handle the rounds.
I'm with Noah.
Yeah,
let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Sorry, James, my bad.
Mm-hmm,
I'm tell you why I'm apprehensive. The central nervous system is going to be taxed for Noah. I don't think he's a natural 100-meter sprinter who could basically go to the rounds easy like how a Bolt or Tyson used to do it, or even a Sacco.
Correct, because he always has to come from behind. Okay.
He always have to come from behind, so he has to basically tax his central nervous system every single race.
Yeah.
Heading that, so that's a factor also. And my thing is with Noah, you're right. We all train for it, but if the competition is at the same level, especially in the 100, he has to run every round, and that's gonna be a difficult proposition for him going into the 200. I'm with Delhi. I think he could run very fast in the 200 if he was a 200 alone, right? But with the 100 as a part of his race plan for the World Championship, I think he might be making a mistake doing that. Don't get me wrong, he could surprise me, but I just don't think it was a wise decision.
Let me ask you all a question. Given Delway, and you could chime in on this first. Given this new rule change, right? Do you guys think that maybe the finals are gonna be slightly more diverse than they would normally be? Because we could normally kind of tell who probably will make the 9, right? But you might have a situation now where you have a final, and then you might have, let's say, that 100-meter dude from New Zealand might sneak in simply because he just happened to pip someone in one of the 100-meter rounds. I forgot what his name. Oh, Rohan Browning. So you guys think that some of these guys are just gonna go out there and go for broke because they want to get into finals, especially the big guns?
They have no choice.
So you think, what do you guys think is gonna happen?
Somebody gonna get injured. Nah.
I'm with Scotty. Some people really want it, especially those young guns coming up. The fella from Jamaica, for example, the national champion. He's not going to be jogging in the rounds. He wants somebody's spot.
Oh, the other Rohan.
Yeah, the national champion.
Yeah.
Right. So it's going to be interesting. Normally, the cream rides to the top still, right?
Yeah.
You normally see the top 10 athletes in the world still in the semis and heading to the finals. But somebody, I think, might lose their spot based on how the setup is.
That means that semis, to get to semis, you have to make sure you are not, let's say the top 6 end up in the semis.
Oof.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That could, at this point, based on how you run your rounds, that could actually end up happening.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that could happen.
And that's what we don't want to happen. So that means if you want to make sure, in fact, you don't even have much control over that.
But I'm wondering if this isn't some kind of ploy to make the finals, especially in the sprints, more, let's say, racially diverse. Let me just throw that out there. No, because I mean, think about it.
Interesting.
No, think about what. I mean, because take for example, if you put it in, I mean, sometimes I've always thought that when I look at the rounds and I'm thinking, or even the successive heats in the rounds, and I'm thinking, that's a pretty weird selection. And sometimes you get the impression like the selection is done to make it difficult for particular people.
Oh, I don't know.
Because sometimes sometimes you have a heat, you have a loaded heat, you have a loaded ass heat, and then you have another heat, and you're like, why is
selection based on time?
Huh?
And the computer automatically picks it. It's on time.
Yeah, the computer randomly picked it. Yeah.
Okay.
So they say.
Yeah, sometimes the cynic in you comes out. I don't think there's any agenda. I think it will be very hard.
Mind you, you can manipulate the system.
True.
You can. I have done it.
I remember. Scotty, come on.
I've done it. You can manipulate the system. But they don't at the World Championship.
Oh, Lord. That's the Donald Trump moment right now.
Because it seemed to me like last year when what's her name, Abby Steiner's heat to go to the final, right?
Mm-hmm.
I found that heat was really that was like a cakewalk for me. When I was like, really, that's who she gets? And then the round with I think it was Sherika was like a loaded ass heat. I was like, what? And
that happens sometimes. So it's done on time. If you go slow, if you have a slow heat, you find that they have that it happens. It happens. But the only problem I have with this new rule the World Athletics brought in terms of having no lanes open, all that is for television, first of all. But
okay, good point.
It's for television. I mean, they want to lanes open like that because somebody splashed for one reason or the other. But more problem I have with that is that the person who is night can end up in a lane 4, but with a slow time, the person is in lane 5.
Yeah.
So you know the top 4 athletes end up in the track.
Yeah.
Basically 4, 5, 6. You go 1, 8, 7. So somebody catching you got the person in time in lane 4. Basically spend everybody else. That's the only problem with it. Drawing closer and you go to the outside. That's
a good point, Scotty.
Yeah.
Because the person who's out who won the semis, for example, they earn the top lanes, and if they get in, unfortunately, you can't give someone who didn't earn their right this top lanes, especially on a curve like a 200 meters.
Yeah. For 200.
You have a very good point.
Yeah. And somebody who wants me in 4, but I'm in 1 when at the curve.
Yeah, it's a good point. They should have reshuffled the lanes.
They should have.
Wait, just a point of clarification. Del, the top 4. So are we gonna have for the 200 and the 100? We're gonna have 9 runners or 8?
8.
Oh, 8. Okay, that's okay. I just wanted to clear up that. Okay.
8. I was doing 8.
Let's transition to these relays. Of course, we're way over time, but again, we can understand we had some technical difficulties, and so this is good. When we start talking track, we can't stop. 4x1s, men. What's going on there? Is that USA versus Jamaica again?
No.
Why no?
No.
No.
What is it then?
Jamaica building.
Reese Prescott.
You said Jamaica's taking it?
That we building.
But Reese Prescott pulled out yesterday.
Yeah, Reese. Yeah, he got some issues, some drama.
So I don't know what's going on with the UK with that.
No, the UK always somehow finds a way to be in the mix, So don't count them out. And Brazil.
Brazil.
Nah. No, I checked the times. I checked the times from their trials this year, and you're talking like
Brazil is number 5 in the world. In fact, Nigeria is number 3, which is.
I was seeing 10-2s and 10-1s.
No, Larry, honestly, I don't judge times with relays for you because these teams basically go against anybody. It's like saying, for instance, like St. Nevis, Antigua, Barbados, and Lucia were in a relay. Because once you have 4 countries, it's constituted as a meet. These relay teams run against each other at the competition. I don't look at ranking when it comes to relays. I don't.
Okay. Well, I think so. We think the USA is taking this one. I mean, if they pass the stick around.
The stick around, but I don't keep my eyes off for those jackets. Okay.
Why you ruling out the Jamaicans, or
I'm not
a dog in the Jamaicans?
But I don't think they have the depth. Be honest.
Scotty has a point. I mean, this is one of those years where the Jamaican sprinters are not. They're not as dominant. I mean, the U.S. has a pool that is so deep. Think about it.
I mean, you can't tell me Akeem Blake, oblique Civil.
Okay.
Let's say Rohan Watson, and who else would I put in there? Johan Blake. You can't tell me that.
You're not in the team.
He's not in. Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah. I thought he was in the. For some reason, I was thinking he was in the relay pool. Okay.
No, remember he got disqualified in 100.
Yeah.
And
so
came 4th or 5th in the 200.
So that's the U.S. to take. What about the women's 4x1? That's a little bit more ticklish.
I'm going with the Jamaicans.
Why? Last year, look at what happened.
Who's Jamaica?
No.
What happened last year? Wasn't Jamaica supposed to win?
Yeah, they never put it together.
That's some bad.
And they had everything. That was the year for them to actually break that world record. Huh? Everybody was on point. Like you have Sharika, Shalian, and what's your face?
Brianna was.
And oh my gosh! So I think
Brianna last year. It was what's her name from our
Kemba.
Kemba.
But I think Kemba kind of messed it up last year because, I mean, she earned her spot, but I think they should have put Brianna to start when they put. There was one of the rounds where Kemba started, and I really thought it should have been Brianna, but Brianna didn't do as well
in the individual.
Yeah, so you know.
I remember that. Yeah, that's true. And there was a bit of a mini controversy where people were wondering, like, okay, if Brianna should have started instead.
But this is my point, Larry. I got cut off just now. I always believe it's not broken but fit. Okay, the year before Brianna Williams started, and Jamaica won the Olympic gold medal.
That is
true. Why change it? Really, and Danny can attest to this. Really, it's not about the 4 fastest. It's about chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Scotty. You're saying something? My bad.
So it's chemistry. I agree. If you have good chemistry, don't change it.
So
and that's what I'm thinking with the 4x1 males. You can't count to Japan or Canada.
Correct.
They've been running for a while.
True. Correct. Especially Canada.
Yeah, Canada been the same team the last 3 years.
Yes.
Yeah. The thing is, based on Scotty's thesis, that doesn't bode well for the Americans, though, because with all the confusion we had last weekend. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because I don't see the U.S. female team can mend fences that quickly, especially what's going to happen after the 100 meters. As I said before.
I mean, if you have Gabby having to tell other people, aren't we a team? Are we trying to win something? And so if Gabby has to be admonishing people and telling them that, which means that they're not on the same bigger picture page, right? So, yeah, problems for them.
To make the coaches there, guys. I keep bringing back up the coaches.
Yeah, the coaches. Yeah.
That little sprinter girl, Shakiri, her coach is just as confusion, just like the athlete.
Well, but actually, she's like a female version of him when you think about it.
Exact female version of him. She represents him well. Yeah. So I don't know if they could mend, as Scotty said, mending the fences, because Gabby seemed to be a more practical, pragmatic person who wants to do the right thing. But that team with Titi Terry and Shakiri,
that's problems in
and Gabby should be on that team, in my opinion.
No, she's on the team.
No, I say she should be like on the final,
team,
like
yeah,
on.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
So let's hope they get that sorted out.
But I think that may be the issue. But like, I mean, come on, you can't go wrong with putting Gabby on that second leg.
Because they said Mitchell and them showed up late, and that's when the confusion started.
But you know all of that. That's why Ray's take is got off of YouTube. You know, kind of. So that's a whole other issue.
Yeah.
And it didn't. That wasn't the only time they showed up late. Showed late once, but the last time the couldn't take us. Like, you guys keep doing this. Why do you guys feel like come up here late every day? And we're supposed to just close our eyes and sing "Kumbaya"? Not gonna happen.
Hold them accountable. Yeah. All right, those 4x4s, man. This is easy. USA, or Botswana. Don't count out Botswana.
Oh, absolutely.
No, but for male or female?
Female. Male.
Okay.
USA.
4x4.
US.
4x4 US.
Okay.
I say the same for the males, for the females too.
Oh yeah. I think that's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, they're gonna win both.
Think of females give any issue?
Nah, we good. I think the 4x4 is.
No, the 4x4 because of longer race. I don't think I have that kind of issue with baton passing and chemistry and all that. I mean, once they get out there, just one.
No, I'm saying the Jamaican girls with those hurdlers who are running 53. They might be on the Jamaican 4 for Geneva and those people. They're running pretty fast.
Yeah, but
they always medal anyway. So.
You can't bet against the US 4x4 women as you could with the men.
No, you're right.
The men always have that little vulnerability, like you just know. I mean, look at the year when Fred got walked down by Gordon.
Yep.
I mean, Fred Curley, a 43 man, got walked down by Gordon. That's when Trinidad won. So
you realize when you said Trinidad, you realize we haven't brought up Jereem once for the 200 on 400.
Jereem is formidable, but this is not his year.
How do you know?
Because there are many people who are faster than him.
I think we're gonna have some surprises. We're gonna have some surprises over the course of the next week.
There are many people faster than him. There's some people who were just born at the wrong time, like Tyson Gay. Tyson was born at the wrong time.
But Tyson is a world champion though, so he got his.
Nah, but trust me, you run what 9.69
and no medal. Can you imagine? That's insane. The man almost cried, you know.
You're 9.6.
The man was like, I run 9 and
run 9.6. All right.
Yeah.
Wrong time. Guys, this has been great. I mean, this is the longest show we've ever had. And I feel like I've traveled around the world just being in track and field. And so we'll find a way to have this banter again.
Like I said, I think we should do it next week again. I mean,
yeah, we can see if we can do it next week. Although I have some guests that are supposed to come next week.
Okay,
that's the thing. But if we can't do it next week in studio, we can do it out of studio. That's what I'm saying. So we can pick another day.
True.
Right? It doesn't have to be. We can pick another day. Just say, listen, we just come just to talk track. So maybe next week Friday we can just come and just talk track. But this has been great. And like I said, we may be able to convene before next week and just do a daily recap of just a daily distraction,
Okay.
A daily distraction. That's what I like. I like it. I like that a daily distraction. All right. Guys, thank you for coming on board last minute. You guys are troopers. Delwayne, I know it's getting late, but big up Nadal Bunting for us. He's going to do us proud. Really, really, really proud. It's amazing to see that St. Kitts has some... St. Kitts and Nevis has, 20-point runners like nothing now, like... Not like to say it wasn't before, but we had a bit of a lull.
You mean on our team?
Yeah. Oh, you surprised? He's a 20.4 guy, man.
You're talking about...
Yes, at Worlds. Yeah, Richie Bunting's son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Delwyn, try the goulash. Don't laugh. I'm serious. It's a Hungarian dish. Try it. You like it?
Okay.
Yeah. Ask for the goulash.
It will. That's if you're hungry in Hungary.
Oh boy, baby.
Don't go hungry. Don't go hungry and have Mickey D's, please.
If you're hungry in Hungary. People, it's been great. We will figure out what we're gonna do to reconvene and have our daily distraction.
No worries.
All right,
guys.
man.
It was nice.
All right, bye.
All right, guys.
Hey, jumba jumba, wait to party, oh wait, go.